Welcome back to the channel ChrisCanHoop, where I hoop, I react. And before we get even further into this game, make sure you use code ChrisCanHoop at InTheLab.tv. Get your discount of $5 off at checkout. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. So this video is a little bit old. It is Dev versus Spencer Dinwiddie, but we're going to use it as a film breakdown. Break down some footwork and things. Y'all can use this at your games and stuff like that. Yeah, this will also be collaboration with my my training channel, cchbasketball training. So let's get into it.
Today I'm going head to head in a one-on-one matchup against Dallas Mavericks guard Spencer Dinwiddie. I made the trip to Dallas because
I've actually been to this facility, not inside the actual gym, but I've been to that facility.
On the street, he's one of the best three-dribble max one-on-one players in the NBA. And get this, some of the league's top players, the ones you probably look up to, were the ones that told me this. So I had to pull up and see for myself what he's all about.
And I believe it. And you know why? Being a 3 to 4, maybe 5 is usually recreational if you're at a high level of basketball, but being a 3 to 4 dribble player really speaks to IQ and efficiency, right? When you get to the pro level, unless you're Kyrie, Steph, someone who has a bag like that, you are not going to be using that many dribbles, right? You're probably going to be using at most like 3 dribbles. 3 dribbles to either get to the paint, make a move to a shot, or pass it off to a teammate. That's why usually if you're at a lower level, you're not at that elite level yet, you start off playing with like shot clock ones, right? Because your time on the ball is a little different than how many dribbles you're going to take, right? So you usually do that. But once you get to that higher elite level, like past high school level, and you can play with guards that are above high school level, you start to realize it's all efficiency. And that's why I say there's no such thing as a pro move, because at a certain point, the moves are all the same, right? Your crossover, tween, behind the back, in and out, your spin. It's all the same stuff you've been learning since you were a kid. What makes it different is the fact that it's done more efficiently. You know exactly when to do it. You know exactly how it's supposed to be performed, and it works every time you do it. That's the difference between a regular move and a pro move. No such thing as a pro move. It's just pro execution of the move or the combo. The higher up you get, the more or less dribbles you're going to use depending on the situation. So we're going to see how Spencer Dinwiddie uses his footwork to be efficient, and his body as well, because your body, that's why you lift the higher you go up in level.
We are here with, they say, is one of the best one-on-one players out in the game today, so I got to see what it's all about. Doing a whole solo ranking, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dallas Mavericks. How you feel being on Dallas again?
Oh, so I love it. Most of my career was in Dallas.
Yeah, so I've been keeping up with this dude for a long time. When he was at TAB, oh, you was at TAB, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was at TAB. He's an LA guy, so I always show love to my LA guys. So we're gonna play some ones, we're gonna do mid-post, then do threes, and at the end, I'll go back to the film, see we're gonna rank them. All right, let's get it.
All right, let's see. Off rip. If you can't do this and you don't know how to do it, you are going to have a hard time succeeding in ones in general, right? Right here. You don't have to always bump or use your actual core, right? Your thoracic cavity, right? Shoulders to hips, you don't always have to use that to bump to create space. You can honestly just use your head like this. Like, if you put your head in someone's body, it's going to make them super uncomfortable, and they're going to back up a little bit. Same thing when you turn your back and start putting your butt to them, like into their hips, right? Honestly, the only reason that works is because it makes them uncomfortable. When you step into their, you can step right here. I don't know why I pointed at the screen like y'all can see, but you can step right here in between their legs and make like a jab almost, but you're just stepping in, they step back, right? Get up in their body, whether it be with your head, hips, you can use your butt, you can step in between their legs. It creates space, right?
Oh, we going up. You said what? We going up. Yeah, I knew we going up. Oh, yeah. I hear you. I sure will. You good? Yep.
And honestly, I love a self-pass 1v1, right? When you have someone who's throwing the ball in, right, you may call for it, but the pass is always terrible, right? So I love a good self-pass, high post, mid-post, just going at it. It's good. Yep, up.
Yeah, I got it. 1-0. Oh, we got tight. He blocked that.
See, that's the thing though. He's just so tall compared to Dev. Dev's probably like what, 6 foot, 6'1". Spencer Dinwiddie's a lot taller than that. So your reach is gonna change like how much you can actually do on the court. Right. One of the big things I like to do, and if I can find the clip, I'll show it. I did it in my worst 1v1 loss ever. I should not have lost that game against David, right? It's this move right here. I actually got it from Dev, but this was back in like the old days when he was playing like R2 and White Iverson, right?
1-0.
This move here, you come from the jab series. I don't necessarily go, negative step or trigger step and then drive, but I'll come here. I'll sell the shot, right? It's still a hezzy. I'll sell the shot. He comes in for the hezzy, and I still shoot it. Exactly like that. It's really hard to block if you're not tall because the reach is different. Here we go. But that first hezzy, it's not even a pump fake. You don't have your hands fully on the ball. It's just one hand. Your guide hand's on the ball. That first hezzy gets them up and hesitating, or they freeze, and then you have a free actual shot or second shot, right? Things like that, like small hezzy fake, small things like that will change your 1v1 game.
He blocked that. He blocked that. I'm tight. Why I blocked my shot that early. Hey. Here it is. Oh, yeah. All right, 1-0.
Everybody misses, bro. Everybody misses. And it's always, I'm going big screamo for this one. It's always the people who don't play basketball or who live a sedentary lifestyle, i.e. the couch potato, who's always talking about professional and high-level players. They're always the ones who are like, man, bro, he's trash, bro. How? Like, it doesn't make sense. Anyone that has played any competition from high school level beyond is automatically better than someone sitting on the couch, right? The people who are in the comments saying that you can't play or whatnot, that's literally the reason I named this channel ChrisCanHoop. It was Shijo TV because if you look on Spotify, that's my name for my beats. It's Shijo, right? I did the whole, I didn't know what I wanted to do with YouTube. I did the whole basketball. I did gaming. I did music. I even had a channel for, when I was actually focused on computer science, but this job market is terrible right now, so whatever. And I had a coding channel as well. The whole reason I named this channel ChrisCanHoop instead of Shifty Chris or Chris Buckets or C Buck, something stupid like that, is solely due to trash talk. Because the people who are in the comments are always like, oh bro, you can't even hoop for real. That is literally where this channel got its name, is because people trash talk. I'm gonna be contrarian for this one, and I can hoop. It's what I do. It's what I've always done. But that's literally where it got, just to spite the trash talkers. But yeah, everybody misses. That's tough. It may not look like anything, right? But this right here, once you receive the ball in a pass and you're in the mid post, the hardest players to guard are the players who keep their feet moving, because a lot of defenders play mirror defense, which is basically they see how your feet are shifted and they'll mirror that so they can cut you off, or they'll think of it like a mirror. If I'm angled this way, right, they're going to do the exact opposite. That way they can try to shield me off from going a certain way. A lot of defenders play mirror defense. Some defenders watch your hips, some they'll watch your movement patterns and they'll study you, but a lot of defenders play mirror defense. It's just basic human behavior. Okay, you're going that way, let me try to stop you going that way, right? Mirror defense. When you keep your feet moving, they don't know what to do when they play mirror defense. It is just quite simple. They don't know what to do. And it's always the OGs who are saying, oh, but young blood, if you watch the hips and you watch the belly button, you can always guard. That only works with elementary players. When you're the elementary beginner, that intermediate level, that's the only people that works on. Once you get to advanced, elite, and professional, that doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. And the reason is misdirections are more common. Hip flips and hip swivels, which are two different things, by the way. You can flip your hips or you can hip swivel, heavy step hezzies, things like that. They make that concept kind of, ancient. It doesn't work anymore. But if you keep your feet moving, I don't know why my voice cracked, but if you keep your feet moving, you will be able to get a shot off and get by anybody.
Oh, bad miss, bad miss.
Jesus. But it has to be like, it has to be quick twitch movements, right? It can't be like just moving your feet and doing stuff like this. It's got to be like quick twitch movements so they can't tell what you're doing.
This is good. You're comfortable, huh? Come on. Right side.
Yep, bucket.
Get out of there. Good shot, boy. Go. 1-0.
It's 1-1.
1-1. Yeah.
And you can tell too, I know I keep pausing a lot, but this is a film breakdown. You can tell too with Spencer, he knows he's way better than Dev, and it's just facts, no disrespect to Dev. Dev can hold his own though. Spencer Dinwiddie knows he's better than Dev, so he's just doing stuff, right? And it happens to all of us who constantly play against comp. Once you get above a certain level, you just start trying stuff, and people think you're trash because you're trying stuff in it. They don't understand that, like, if I wanted to buckle in, I could, bro, it would be a bloodbath on the court if I actually tried. But when you just start trying stuff, and it's a mental thing too, because you recognize the competition is lower than your actual standard of play, so your brain kind of shuts off the fight or flight. It's literally a mental thing.
That's tough. You can move around too if you want. All right.
Ooh.
I smoked this. I'm gonna smoke that.
I'm not gonna break down every move, but just the important stuff. Yep, same move. It's just because he's a long individual.
We don't get to this left leg. We don't get to this left leg. Don't tell me what you gonna do before you do it. Don't tell me we don't get to this.
Telltale sign of high level playing. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do because I know you can't block it. Ooh, that's so tough. Oh, he playing head up? That's crazy.
No.
Again. Ooh wee. You're a different type of scoring beast if you can play head up, right? In the post. Different type of beast. Usually people play back to the basket, kind of like shield the ball a little bit, have the arm extended, shield the ball a little bit. If you can play face up to the basket, I'm trying to tell you.
Got my arm. That's quick.
Just go back real quick.
Got my
Yep. Oh,
arm.
that's smart. We're gonna replay it again. And I'll break this part down too. This will be the one video for the day because I gotta eat, dude. Kind of hungry. This right here. This is a classic case of defenses played with the feet, not the hands. A lot of times when you're playing defense, especially if you're like smaller, right? Your tendency is to, I'll go left hand so you can see. Your tendency is to tap that shoulder, right? You're tapping this shoulder. You'll do it quick, right? Kind of throw them off a little bit. Kind of nudge them, push them a little bit. The problem with that is, like, for good players, as soon as you tap, they're hooking your arm up like this, right? They can either draw the foul with that, or I'm bringing you with me. And unfortunately, since Dev is getting dragged right now, as you can clearly see, Dev is getting dragged right now. So it's virtually impossible for him to actually like do anything. His momentum is coming backwards. He's getting dragged like this. Right, so physics. He can't really recover and do anything here, especially when one of his appendages is like hanging like that. Nothing he can do. And it's completely legal. Get your hands off it.
You can move around if you want. Next possession. All right, left leg.
Oh Lord. This is really the difference between high level play high level play to professional. Dev is, for all intents and purposes, he's a professional level basketball player. He's not an active professional, but when he was active, he was playing at the pro level, right? Against pro players consistently. But when you hit a certain level of pro, it shows. Like, that move, by no means that Spencer did what he did was a pro move. It's the same one-legged shot that anybody can do. The problem is he's just so consistent with it that no one can guard that, and it's tough.
Shot, my boy. If I hit it out your hands, yeah, it's turnover. Okay.
That's the best way to play, honestly. Because in a real game, if I smack it down out your hands, chances are you got a teammate who's already taken it and they've gone, or an opponent's already taken it and they've gone for the fast break, laid up or something like that. We're gonna break down Dev's defense for a second too, because there's some real lessons. Like, Dev may be a scorer, but there's some lessons you can learn from him on defense as well. Like here, he's not really giving Spencer any options, right? So like, if you actually look at the footwork, Spencer, if he wanted to, he could rip over top, he can swing under, he can, he can go right if he wanted to. He could jab, open Dev up. The problem is, though, from this position, Dev has the advantage because most of Spencer's buckets so far have come from either a one-leg jumper, which is off balance, or driving in somehow. It would be so disadvantageous for him to drive right and come around this way. Like, that would be the worst path ever, least efficient path. As soon as he comes out here, Dev can meet him and cut him off. His best option would be to go left, but Dev is opened up left, so he's really giving him no options. Like, it's smart defensive tactics like this that can help you in your game, right? You got to know where you are on the court. You got to know what the options are to get to the basket, and also what your opponents, the offensive players' weaknesses are. Spencer's trying to try this one-legged weak foot jumper, right? I say weak foot because he's right-handed. I think he's right-handed. He's trying to go off his left foot. Anytime you shoot off of 1 foot, you are off balance. It doesn't matter how good your balance is, because oftentimes your one-legged shot is going to be a fadeaway, which is off balance. So he's taking away his driving options. He knows he's off balance, so there's really no point in him being on his toes trying to press him and jump forward, because being off balance, a lot of players aren't going to make that shot. Except for him. That was my fault. I didn't know what I was talking about. But that's the thing. He's also tall, so if he wants to rise up and shoot above you, he can, because he has a different purview in the basket.
Oh, you can't knock it. I know that.
It's moving too fast.
Longer.
That's fair. That's fair. And a lot of people don't talk about this. Your defensive game doesn't always have to be blocks. It doesn't have to be steals. It doesn't have to be putting body to body, right? A lot of defense is mental, i.e., like if you're trying to drive to the basket on me or you trying to bump me, I pull the chair. Pulling the chair is not physical at all. You're just moving out the way so they can't bump you. It's a mental game. So now they've overcorrected and they're falling with you, right? I also, and I tell this to my brother all the time, not just every other player that I've trained, but when my goal in getting a stop is not to always block you, because blocks turn into fouls. Blocks turn into fouls, and so do steals, because you have to reach into their space when they're in control of the ball. And sometimes it means if you're jumping forward, especially on a shot contest, that's a foul, because somehow you're gonna hit forearm and above, or you're gonna fall on them, you're gonna be in their landing space. It's a foul. Okay, shot blocking becomes fouls. Steals become fouls because you reach into there, they can get off me, like they can pull something that'll make it a foul, right? My goal is to get a stop. Whether that means I beat you to your spot and it's body to body and you can't get past me, that's one way. That's physical defense. Or mental defense, meaning sometimes if you know someone can't shoot, back off of them. Let them shoot. That's a form of defense. Just let them shoot. They're going to miss anyway. Or certain mind tricks you play, like I don't got to stop you. I just have to make you think I'm about to stop you. Whether that be those last few stomps before it looks like you're going to go up and block them and just don't do it. It throws them off. Defense is 100% mental and probably 50% physical. That's all I got to say on that.
Irritated. Nice shot.
You just don't have to be irritated, bro. He's just nice. Yep, sweep through shot. God. People like to talk like a bad game about Spencer Dinwiddie, but he is truly one of the best 1v1 players. I would love to see a king of the court, Spencer Dinwiddie, Bam, Mike Beasley, and KD. I think that would be an excellent. If not 1v1 king of the court, I think that'd be an excellent 2v2. But that sweep through to a jump shot, I do a lot of time. But I did not learn it from Dev or Spence. I got that from Marcelas Howard. Shout out you, Cell.
Wonder if that's why. That makes good game.
That's good too. I told you.
And that's where I got that from. This double tween to a curl push out. Yep, sell the drive. Even that little mini like hop he does, your hesitation or your hezzy, right? There's many types. You have like when you're dribbling and you kind of Like, that's a hezzy. Your shot fake hezzy does not have to get someone jumping their max vertical. If anything, you just have to either A, freeze them, or B, get them to hop a little bit, because then their momentum is not going to be able to follow you unless they're like De'Aaron Fox, Russell Westbrook, John Morant. Someone extremely quick, their momentum is not going to let them follow you. So even that little tiny jump, if they jump forward a little bit, blow past them, bruh. Even that little bounce help.
Overall team goal, you gotta be the winning championship.
I don't remember what year this was, but they in fact did not win a championship. If this was the year where Kyrie had first came onto the Mavs and they went to the finals, that was against the Celtics. That was probably like 2-3 years ago, right? Time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, that was just a little breakdown for y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, we out.